The fastest way to generate more leads, more qualified sales calls, higher show rates, higher close rates, and more cash per deal is by making what I like to call the sale before the sale. Let me explain. So the most misunderstood relationship in any business is that between marketing and sales. Most people view these as two separate functions. They have separate meetings, rarely collaborate, and always blame each other. Sales points their finger at marketing, marketing at sales, and the business owner becomes a parent to two bickering children. In my experience, most problems with client acquisition, the volume of leads, the quality of the sales calls, your show up rate, your close rate, stem from treating these as two separate functions. In reality, sales is not separate from marketing, but an extension of it. Most coaches, agencies, and online service providers have their sales team educating prospects on who they are, what they do, and what makes them different, and then expecting them to still find the time to handle objections, set expectations, and close the deal. This, of course, leads to low close rates and extended sales cycles. And ask any salesperson, and they'll tell you that if a follow-up call is required, more than 70% of those follow-up calls end up no showing. So instead, marketing's job should be to convince the prospect that you are the only person who can solve their problems. This is what I call the sale before the sale. And sales' job is to handle final objections, set expectations, and close the deal. And this is a graphic here of the sale before the sale. And as you can see, literally the majority of the work is being done by marketing with only one small portion being done by sales. It's about an 80-20. Marketing is doing 80% of the entire sales process and sales doing 20%. And I'm going to talk about what this little arrow means here at the bottom, okay? So although this doesn't seem fair, it is the best allocation of resources and conducive to the current market condition. Let me explain. My name is Ravi Abuvala. If you've never watched one of my videos before, I'm the guy who builds marketing systems for some of the largest names in our industry: coaches, agencies, course creators, and online service providers. Some of our clients include Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank, Jeremy Miner from 7th Level, Jeff Seckinger from 0%, Greg O'Gallagher from Kinobody, Richard Yu from Impact Clients, Razvan Parashiv from Grow Channels, Zach Williams from Conversion Lead, John Tesh from the John Tesh Radio Show, and over 1,000 more just like them. I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible own a business instead of it owning them. And when you own a business, you can do really cool things like get your pilot's license, buy a plane, and fly it across the country, which is exactly what I am doing right here. And although I may be somewhat biased, because I will admit I am a marketer at heart, I am going to prove to you in this video why your marketing should be doing at least 80% of the work to close the deal instead of the traditional 50-50 split that I see in most companies that we work with. So first of all, marketing is much more leverageable than sales. You can have one person run an entire 8-figure marketing campaign. And to illustrate this, I took a screenshot directly from our organizational chart where I literally have one person in our marketing department, and then you can see sales over here. We have obviously much more than one person. You'll likely need 3 to 5 salespeople and 2 to 4 appointment setters to handle that exact same campaign. So the same campaign, it takes one person to run on marketing. You're going to need maybe 5 to 10 times the amount of people on sales between setters and salespeople in order to handle the inbound lead flow and call flow from that marketing campaign. And this is because marketing has the advantage of being able to use highly leveraged assets, things like Facebook ads, YouTube videos, sales funnels, email campaigns, etc., etc., etc. For example, I only needed to create this document in this video once, and then we can send it to hundreds of thousands of people with literally almost no additional work. However, the sales calls we'll generate from this document have to be conducted one-on-one by a trained salesperson. It makes sense then that we should put most of our inputs being time, money, people, these are all the resources that a business owner has, into marketing rather than sales, as we'll always have a higher return. The other reason you should spend more time on marketing rather than sales is because marketing sets the frame for sales. We increased our average dollar per call, which is a number you get by taking the amount of money you make in a month and divide it by the number of sales calls you take, so that's the dollar per call, significantly by removing 2 words in all of our marketing material: free consultation. By framing the sales calls as free consultations, we were getting a lot of bookings, but it wasn't the most effective use of our time. And once again, by having marketing and sales as 2 separate functions, marketing's thinking, oh, yippee, we're getting all these sales calls booked on the calendar. I'm doing my job right. I'm going to keep my job. While sales over here is saying marketing's not doing their job. All these people are just literally window shoppers and they're wasting our time on our calendar. And this is all because marketing sets the frame for the sales call. So if in your marketing material you're saying free consultation, you're going to be getting people looking for free consultations. And no matter how amazing a salesperson is, closing the deal will be an uphill battle if a prospect comes to the call with the wrong frame. However, if you couple the right frame and an amazing salesperson, this is when you start seeing 50% plus close close rates, which is not uncommon for us to see or even our clients to see. Finally, the harsh truth of today's marketplace is that prospects don't want to learn more information on a sales call. Yet, most coaches, agencies, and online service providers save their best stuff for the sales call. So this leads to low bookings, and those who do end up booking a sales call are not looking to be sold, but rather to learn more information and see if they are a right fit. And this is because marketing is giving them no other way to learn more information other than getting on a sales call, because marketing is incentivized to just get more bookings on the calendar. This ultimately leads in low close rates, extended sales cycles, and frustrated salespeople who are paid only by commission and have their entire calendar packed out a week in advance with hyper unqualified window shoppers. The reason I found that most business owners save their best stuff for the sales call is because when really pressed as to what makes them different, they have nothing unique to say. They say stuff like, "We care about our clients," or "We have the best results in the industry," or "We offer a money back guarantee," which to me is a very lazy response. Instead of building or identifying a unique mechanism and investing time, money, and energy into marketing that unique mechanism, they force prospects to get on a sales call, hoping at that point they'll just buy. So out of literally pure laziness on the business owner's behalf or on the marketing team's behalf, or just ignorance or naivete, they're just getting people to book a time on the calendar and saving all the information that is critical to making a sale for the sales call itself. But like I said previously, sales is incredibly unleveraged. They're all one-on-one calls. They all take an hour long. And so all the people that could have been potentially disqualified beforehand, or even people that could have been qualified before they made the call, but they weren't willing to get on the call because there wasn't enough information, all of that is wasted opportunity for the business, both in time lost and money lost as well. So instead, what I recommend doing is making the sale before the sale. You need to focus all your marketing efforts towards one common goal: convincing the prospect that your unique way of doing things is the only way that they can achieve their desired desires. Once you do that, all other objections become irrelevant and they buy. I'm going to repeat that statement again. I think it was Russell Brunson that first said this. Once you do that, once you can convince somebody that your way of doing things is the only way that they can get the thing that they want, then all other objections become irrelevant and they buy. And this is what I call the sale before the sale. The best way to tell if you're making the sale before the sale is to get consistent and immediate feedback from your sales team and then use that feedback in all your marketing material. So the sale before the sale is the sale your marketing team makes that your company and your unique way of doing things is the best way to get the result that they want. And then the actual sale is when the prospect gets on the sales call and speaks with your salesperson, where they handle objections, answer any questions, set expectations, and of course, close the deal. And so these are the questions that you're looking from your sales team. So this is where marketing and sales really should be working together. Are the prospects excited when they get on the sales call? Are they mentioning your unique mechanism? So whatever the stuff that marketing is doing in their efforts, what they're marketing, are they saying that on the sales call? Are they getting on the sales call instead going, "What is it you guys do?" Or, "I heard that you guys help people. What does that mean?" Right? Which goes back to what I said previously, which is wasting the sales time on a lot of unleveraged activities and window shoppers. Are you maybe even surprised at how much they know about what you do? This is actually a unique part of what happened to us when we made this transition for 80% marketing and 20% sales, is we started being shocked at how much information people were willing to consume before they got on a sales call. I used to think that, sophisticated business owners that are making millions of dollars a year, which a lot of our clients are, there's no way they're going to watch that much content. But, if you put out really amazing content and your way of doing it is unique, which I cover in this video and in other videos as well, then they will consume a lot of that content. And then when they get on the sales call, our salespeople are almost always shocked at how much information they have consumed before they book that sales call. And then the other indication that your sales team can be telling your marketing team is how quickly are they ready to move forward, right? Are they ready to move forward immediately, or do they need to go back and think about it? Here's a hint. If they need to go back and think about it, it's likely because they weren't educated enough before they got on the sales call. You didn't make the sale before the sale. And so now sales is making the sale and the sale, if you will. So the two best ways that we found to collect feedback, right? Because we want to make marketing and sales one essential department. Obviously, they'll stay separate, but in what I'm talking about here, they're essentially one department. And that is that their one goal is to make the sale. So the two best ways we found to combine them together is to have your marketing team listen to your sales call recordings, which is, I put gasp there because it's like anytime I ask a client or tell a client they should be doing that, they're like, oh, I can't believe that. No. The sales team leader listens to the sales call recordings. And yes, your sales team leader should be listening to the sales call recordings. But if you are trying to actually optimize for closed deals and not just optimize for sales calls on the calendar, then your marketing team should be consuming the sales call recordings, taking notes, seeing where they came from, identifying the attribution of where did they come from, a YouTube video, ads, what was their journey, et cetera, et cetera. And you can even use software to help you out, like something like Gong.io, which is what we use. And the other thing is you want to create a recurring meeting between marketing and sales. I have been, in this online world, we've been, Scaling with Systems has been around for about 4.5 years now. And I am ashamed to say that up until literally about 6 months ago, we didn't have a recurring meeting between marketing and sales. My marketing department did all their things over here, sales did all their things over here, and then once a week, everybody, all the executive team met on a meeting on Friday, and then we would all talk about different things. But that's not conducive to the collaboration that you need between marketing and sales. And so now, on a weekly basis, actually now it's twice a week, we have our marketing team and our sales team on a call together. Okay, and here's a screenshot from my calendar. You can see this is the marketing and sales alignment meeting. We do it every Monday from 11 to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And here's all, obviously, our team members that have accepted the invite to that. If you do want to quantify this data, so the only downside of what I've told you here, which is like the marketing team listening to the sales call recordings and the marketing and the sales team getting on a meeting together, is that those are all kind of qualitative metrics, meaning that it's really hard to put numbers behind that. What we like to do, because we're a systems-based company and we wanted to help solve some problems for our clients as well, is we wanted to quantify this data. Okay, so what actually makes somebody quote unquote qualified and what makes someone not qualified? It's typically not like they're qualified or not qualified. It's typically a sliding scale, which is what we've created with the sales call scoring calculator. And there's actually a video I have separately where I literally give away our sales call scoring calculator right here and the different actions that you take based on where the person ends up with their score. And the nice thing about this is that now you can see, let's say you take my advice and you start doing the things I'm talking about in here. Let's say if you go back 30 days, you start scoring the last 30 days of sales calls, and let's say you end up with an average 2 out of 4. Well, then in the next 30 days, maybe you go up to a 3 out of 4. And then 30 days after that, you go to a 4 out of 4. And then you can see quantitatively how qualified these sales calls are, okay? And what I have found is that the easiest way to make what I call the sale before the sale is using a self-sustaining funnel. The self-sustaining funnel has generated us 20 sales calls a day, every day for the last year. Here's a screenshot from our sales calendar. So you have around 7,100 sales events that were created in the last 365 days, which ends up being right around 20 sales calls a day. The self-sustaining funnel has enabled us to systematically and ethically manufacture trust with our prospects before the sales call. So we're getting all of that content, that 80% of education and of work required to make the sale before the sale. We're doing that before they book the sales call, which is what prospects prefer anyway. And this all leads to higher show-up rates, higher close rates, and more cash collected up front. The self-sustaining funnel has enabled us to increase the number of bookings without sacrificing the quality of our sales calls. So almost always previously, and what I used to hear from clients before they started working with us, anytime they try to scale ad spend, anytime they tried to generate more sales calls, it almost always ended up with actually a lower return, with lower quality sales calls, more window shoppers. And so the self-sustaining funnel allows you to have your cake and eat it too. It allows you to increase the number of bookings without sacrificing the quality of your sales calls. And the best part is that it can be managed in-house by one person in less than an hour a day. And I showed you that by proving to you our organizational chart. We only have literally one person in our marketing department. So if you want to learn more about the self-sustaining funnel, because I don't have enough time to cover it in this video right here, you can click the link below this video. Also, you can click the link in this document as well. And if you want to get access to this document, you can also go in the description down below and I'll put access to this document so you guys can grab it. And if you've heard enough already and you just want us to install this entire marketing system for you, then I recommend going below and booking a call to speak with our team. And then after you book the call, we're also going to show you exactly what the self-sustaining funnel is. So if you know you already want it, and in between when you book the call and when you show up at the call, if you just want to consume our material that we have on exactly what the self-sustaining funnel is, then I recommend going below this video right now and booking your call. So make sure you check out what the self-sustaining funnel is, get the link to this document down below, book a call to speak with us if you're ready. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please smash the like button and go down below and let me know. Thanks so much.